Good morning, scholars. Happy Monday. It is Monday, April 6th, and I hope you all had a really nice weekend. The weather was gorgeous. It was a nice sunny day on Sunday, and Saturday was pretty nice too, but yesterday was great. So I hope you got a chance to get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather. I know my kids and we took a bike ride up to Minnehaha Falls, and the kids ran around in the field, and yeah, it was fun. Got some fresh air and lots of running and rolling around. We rolled down some hills, and my daughter got those little burrs stuck all over her sweater, but it was still fun. Still fun. All right, so let's see the weather today. It is going to be pretty warm, like it was yesterday, but kind of cloudy. So we are thankful for the warm weather. Not quite as sunny, but we got plenty of sunshine yesterday, and it was really nice. Let's see. I wanted to mention something else fun that we did this past weekend. We made bread. So we got some yeast from the store and some flour and stuff, and we made homemade bread. And I was really thinking about how much better homemade bread is than just stuff we buy at the store. So we've been doing lots of like baking and stuff at our house while we have this extra time at home. We also made brownies because, you got to have something sweet, right? Just a little bit. All right. So, another thing we did at my house, we colored some pictures and we delivered them to my parents' house. So my kids' grandparents. And that was fun. And one picture that we colored, my daughter and I were coloring rainbows. So did anyone find a rainbow on Friday? That was our opening, or our check-in question was try to find a rainbow because it was National Rainbow Day on Friday. I did not see any rainbows. We did have some sunshine, but we didn't have any rain. So maybe in a few weeks here, we might get some rainbows in April. April's a good month for rainbows. Anyone sing the Roy G. Biv song? Roy G. Biv is a colorful man. R is for red, O is for orange, Y is for yellow, and G is for green. B is for blue, I for indigo, and V is for violet. And that spells Roy G. Biv. And I put purple. I put a kind of a pinkish color under my purple, under my indigo, because I was like, I didn't have the exact colors. But anywho, a lot of you got our little challenge question correct about what are the two colors of the rainbow we can't see. So we can't see infrared, would be kind of up here. And then there's another color here. Oh, maybe this could be my ultraviolet. So nice work with that challenge question for Friday. Let's see, our little check-in question for today. Let's see, for today, it has to do with history, because we're putting some optional history work, kind of some little PowerPoints and videos about the Sui dynasty, and a little bit later this week, the Tang dynasty of China. So we started learning about that in school a few weeks ago. And so that's totally optional history, because we kind of want you guys to focus on reading and math, and also just spending time with family, doing some acts of kindness, getting outside, using your virtues, and not being on the computer and on the screen all day. We definitely don't want that. So history is just kind of an optional thing. There's a question about history for your check-in question today. But another thing that I wanted to mention, and I mentioned in our little check-in announcement, is that April is National Poetry Month. So I would like to share some poetry with you this month. I also want to know if you have a favorite poem. So if you have a favorite poem, you could ask your parents to email it to me, or you could write it in one of the comments on Google Classroom so I can see what is your favorite poem. And you could even just tell me the title, and then I could look it up, and maybe I could share it with the class too. But one poem I wanted to share with you all is a Shel Silverstein poem. My cover came off, Where the Sidewalk Ends. We like Shel Silverstein, don't we? All right, and this is actually a poem that we learn usually in second grade in the spring, but we've been a little busy, a little different this year. But I wanted to share it with you, and a lot of you might have read this one before. It is called. Let me see if I can do this. It is called "Smart" by Shel Silverstein. And I know my math class and Miss Schultz's math class and Miss Rude's are learning about money right now, so I thought it was quite fitting, but kind of funny. "Smart" by Shel Silverstein. My dad gave me $1 bill because I'm his smartest son, and I swapped it for 2 shiny quarters because 2 is more than 1. And then I took the quarters and traded them to Lou for 3 dimes. I guess he don't know that 3 is more than 2. Just then along came old blind Bates, and just 'cause he can't see, he gave me 4 nickels for my 3 dimes, and 4 is more than 3. And I took the nickels to Hiram Coombs down at the seed feed store, and the fool gave me 5 pennies for them, and 5 is more than 4. And then I went and showed my dad. Then he got red in the cheeks and closed his eyes and shook his head, too proud of me to speak. So proud. All right, one more. Okay, so that's kind of a funny poem. Tell me why it's funny. You got it. Okay. One more quick poem that's on that same page is called Pancakes. And I know I am hungry because I haven't had breakfast yet. So I wanted to share this one with you. And this has such a funny illustration. So that's another fun thing about Shel Silverstein books is the illustrations. Maybe I can read it this way. Who wants a pancake, sweet and piping hot? Good little Grace looks up and says, I'll take the one on top. Who else wants a pancake, fresh off the griddle? Terrible Teresa smiles and says, I'll take the one in the middle. All right, so National Poetry Month. So we'll share some poetry this month. Let's see. Your spelling words for today. Well, let me show you what you should be working on today. Our little check-in question that has to do with history. And it's just kind of an optional little question for you to think about. And if you don't know the answer to today's check-in, you could go to the little history section on our Google Classroom and try to watch the little slideshow about the Sui dynasty and see if you can get it. And then we'll have a little bit of spelling, a little bit of math, a little bit of reading. Remember to click on Turn In when you finish your assignments. And we are asking students to try to upload pictures for math and reading, and you all are doing a really nice job with that. I know it's going to take us a little bit of time to get there, but most of us have used our fortitude, gotten some help from parents, and done a really nice job with that. So super job. Some more optional activities for this week and for today. There's some PE activities from Mr. Martin. There's also some Playworks activities. If you haven't done any of those games, those are kind of fun. Miss Urbach has some new music for us this week. We have Latin. Oh, and I need to put on here, Miss Tuma has some art for us, kind of some draw-alongs, and there's some fun stuff on there. So make sure to check that out on our Google Classroom. And let's see, speaking of spelling, I can show you today's spelling words. I know we're all excited about today's spelling words. There they are. And I would say the trickiest one that I want you to kind of think about is this word thought. So I thought it would be prudent for me to point out this word that is probably the trickiest one that we have here. Thought. All right, so I thought that would be prudent to show you that one. All right, so we're going to do, we know, what do we do if we need help? We can ask a teacher. The teachers we have our little office hours where we are available to respond right away to email, to set up kind of a little meeting if we need to. If you need some help with something, you know where to find us. All right. Oh, speaking of, I really enjoyed our Zoom meeting that we had last Thursday, so we'll do that again on Thursday. We'll do it at 1 o'clock. So I will send some information about that on Wednesday, so you have that. Yeah, let's see. We didn't talk about this yet. How should I spend my time? And again, kind of a little bit of reading and math would be the priority, and then a little bit of writing and spelling, some of those optional activities, some service learning, helping out at home, doing some acts of kindness, showing your virtue, and then just kind of some flexible learning. And this again is like doing puzzles, building stuff, drawing, baking, cooking, doing some sports in the backyard. All kinds of things could count as flexible learning. And speaking of service and virtue education, something fun that I wanted to do starting this week, starting today, is each day I would like to pick a secret scholar. And I thought that it would work a little differently. Usually when we do our secret scholar in the classroom, I would kind of keep an eye on someone throughout the day, and I would pick them in the morning, kind of keep an eye on them. And then if they show virtue throughout the day, they get a little secret scholar certificate. Well, because I am not with you each day, I thought we'd sort of do it a little bit different. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick a secret scholar for each day. And your challenge, if you are the secret scholar, is to send me a little note. And again, it could be a private comment on Google Classroom. You could ask your parents to send me just a quick little email about something that you did that showed that you were a virtuous scholar. So, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be just a little thing. This is what I did, Miss Taylor, as the secret scholar for today. In other words, yeah, I earned this by, and I'm hoping that it will also kind of motivate you to really think about and reflect, am I using my virtue? Have I done something that I had to use my fortitude that was hard for me to do? I know for a lot of us, even just kind of figuring out how to do my assignments on Google Classroom, that could be something that you used your fortitude, your courage, your optimism, your perseverance, you kept going. Maybe you were a good citizen. Maybe you were just a good family member. You did something for someone in your family. Maybe you helped out a neighbor. So lots of ideas for using your fortitude. But also this month is, in school, we're celebrating the virtue of justice. So this is another really important virtue that I know a lot of people nowadays are really showing lots of justice. Lots of respect and friendship and kindness and generosity and fairness. This is a difficult time for a lot of people. We're not in school. A lot of people are not at work. And so it's not an easy time for us, but a lot of people are really stepping up and thinking about what's really important is people. And people are what's most important in our lives. And so showing respect and kindness to people in little ways. Some people call them random acts of kindness, random acts of virtue, but just doing those little things that can really lift someone's day and lift their spirits. So if you are the secret scholar for today, well, and even if you aren't, try to think about using your justice, your fortitude, and then send me a little note. So today, our secret scholar is Madeline. Hi, Madeline. Yay, Madeline. So what we're going to do, and Madeline's challenge for today, there's her little picture. Madeline's challenge is to think about how she has used virtue, and it could be today, it could have been over the weekend, or even last week. And if nothing comes to mind today, it could be later this week, but just some time to think about, yeah, how have I used my virtue? How have I shown myself to be a virtuous scholar? And then let me know, and I will share it with the class on one of my next little videos, one of my good morning videos. So, and also I will try to make sure that Madeline gets her Secret Scholar Award somehow. Okay. So let's see, do I have anything else for you today? I've been talking a long time. Miss Taylor can go on, can't she? Oh, one quick other thing I just wanted to encourage you to do is to write in some kind of a journal um, about how you're kind of thinking and feeling these days. Because, like I said, this is kind of a weird time in our lives where we're not at school, a lot of us are not at work. And so, and this might not happen again in your lifetime, and I hope it doesn't. This kind of being at home because of the sickness that's going around. So I wanted to encourage you. I just wanted to show you a couple of my journals that I have. This is my one from last year. It says 2018, and I just kind of write down some of my thoughts and feelings in my journal here. And sometimes I draw pictures in my journal. Sometimes, I keep little drawings sometimes from students. I cut out little articles and things that were inspiring to me. Sometimes I put little pictures in the beginning of things that are special to me. But I was just writing in my journal. This is my new journal because I like camping and I like coffee. So in my new journal, and I was just writing about some things that I'm thankful for and just reflecting on this time. Um, how am I feeling, kind of some questions that I have, but also really trying to be grateful for things. When we don't have a lot, it helps us to be more grateful. So I think, well, I don't get to see my students, I don't get to go to work, um, I don't go a lot of places, trying to stay home and stay healthy. But it really has made me think, what's really important to me are the people in my life. And so I've been reflecting on that and trying to use my gratitude and just be aware of and just kind of be present and being mindful. Remember, Miss Cranberg has talked to us a couple times about that, just slowing down, being mindful, being present, and being grateful. So I'm grateful for all of you, even though we are apart. I am grateful for this opportunity to try new learning this way. And so I am glad that I get to connect with you this way each morning. And I hope you have a lovely day and enjoy the warm weather. And Madeline, use those virtues and let us know what you did. Bye.